If you was at home waiting on Mooney Nooney to bring you some chicken, you'll be mad there ain't no money coming in. You'll be like, write them songs, girl.
Yeah, facts.
Facts.
Facts. That's so
Facts.
that goes to my whole point. It's just it's hypocrisy, and then a lot of y'all try to act like y'all don't understand what's going on. No, go buy a Soulja, go spin some Soulja Boy records. Give him a diamond track. No, y'all don't like him like that, so y'all don't. But y'all got the audacity to be mad at him and be attacking these people on the internet. When's the last time you heard somebody riding down the street playing Nelly? Get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all ridiculous.
Yep. You know what this is? This is not a movement, it's the only thing moving, huh? Dig that? Okay, oh yes, the war is coming. The gap keep growing with the wealthy and the slumming. So I use my mental riches for digits to keep them running till my chips come around. Yup, like a Funyun, bite down, get a taste of that Midwest flavor. While I'm at it, let Mr. Rogers just shout out to my neighbors. I ain't mention the journal when I say wake up your paper. Not talking about Kobe when they mention a Great Lake.
But we bringing this podcast to y'all on MLK Day. I'm not sure if I'm gonna upload this tonight or in the morning, but probably in the morning. So when y'all be hearing this the day after MLK, we've covered MLK 1,000 times on this podcast, man. One of our greatest civil rights leaders. On this day, I like to remember what I call the real memory of Dr. King, and not what is politicized to us. I think the story, that I Have a Dream speech, and the way that America like to remember Martin Luther King as a martyr is the biggest lie ever told in history. So I posted a lot today on Instagram, so y'all can see some of my thoughts on that. I don't want to go too deep into it, but one thing I do know is that I Have a Dream speech was just part of his story, and later on that man actually changed his tone from nonviolence to talk about what he wanted to do financially for us as Americans. And we talk about this a lot on this show, like kind of what is the thing that we want to accomplish as Black America, as a group of Americans. I think we one of the biggest non-monolithic groups in America. We all don't think alike. We all don't view things the same way. To Burner likes to say that we're would you say tribal, bro? Ain't that the term that you use? For tribal, you like to say that we tribal, and I'm the older I get and the more I mature, the more I'm starting to realize that is 100% true. I don't think that there's one accord that we can get on as a people. I think that we have to move past that, trying to get everybody on one accord. We seen it earlier today, in conjunction with it being MLK Day. We just had Trump's inauguration today, and yesterday or the day before yesterday, they had the Bitcoin ball where Snoop, Nelly, Soulja Boy, all them just performed at, and they've been catching hell. So I'm kind of using this as a part of what it said, that this non-monolithic thing that we do, because we all know that right now that the wealth gap is the largest that it's ever been in this country between Black and white people. And I don't think it's going to be no reparations handed out soon. I don't know. And we are out here convincing Black people that they should turn down money.
That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And I understand, like, people are mad at Snoop, mad at Nelly, mad at Soulja Boy for performing at this. And they've changed their tune. Of course, they were all against it. Was it 8 years ago or 4 years ago? They was all against it, performing at Trump's inauguration, or it was 8 years ago. So that was 2016. They was all against it. Now it seemed like everybody flipped and changed their tune and saying that they want to get down with the Trump side of things. So what are y'all thoughts on some of this conversation going around with Nelly and Snoop and Soulja Boy performing at the Bitcoin thing joint to celebrate Trump's inauguration?
Well, I'd like to add a little context to that too, right, real quick before you go, Lamar. One thing I just saw like yesterday was that the 400 wealthiest white Americans have more money than 41 million Black people in the country right now.
41.
Yeah, the 400 wealthiest white Americans have more money together than the 41 million Black Americans in this country.
That's crazy.
And then the 1,000 wealthiest white Americans have more money than the Black and Latino Americans in this country. So that puts it in perspective. Like, yeah, they can't turn down no paper. You need to go do what you need to do.
Yeah. Burner.
What did you ask before? I lost what I was gonna say. I was listening to Tay. I lost what I was gonna say.
No, so what did you ask? Basically, bro, I'm asking about our responsibility as Black Americans, because, like I said, we like to act like this "I have a dream" civil rights thing, you know, and that's typically the tone of America. And now we starting to get people to turn down bags, like the what we talked about last episode with the Mooney Long incident, where she said she wouldn't write for no white person, and then there's people championing that, and I'm like. And from my perspective, with this wealth gap that we have in America, and with this what Tay just described of the 1,000 top wealth in the white community having more money than the Blacks and the Latinos in this country, it seems like we need to get to some paper.
Yeah, I mean, just on the surface, I respect that and I understand that, but how Lamar minds work, I don't care about none of that because it ain't happening in my house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just the same way where I made comments last pod about the homeless people, right? At some point, I think our responsibility is to we have to divorce some ideals about Black people too, right?
Okay.
Because everybody's skin folk ain't kinfolk. The responsibility that we have though is take care of your kids, right? Do the best you can to have a healthy relationship with your family or people in your proximity, right? Don't gatekeep in them circles. You got friends being in competition, family being in competition, etc. Right? Be a beacon of hope for the community. What you doing in the community, right? Is you gatekeeping the community? Is you willing to help? Is you willing to assist and build that solidarity? Because what the internet is showing us is good and bad. People think freely to an extent, right? But also people crazy too. We all have different experiences and we look at this thing differently. So when I consider working customer service jobs or working or running to, any type of staff that has an attitude at a customer service job, you know why they have an attitude? Because they probably hate the job. That's the easy answer. But we ain't considered the management. We ain't considered the culture and where they work, right? That's a real thing. So there's so many layers to that. But at the end of the day, do we care? Right? We care about our own personal interactions. I care about my food being good, but I don't care about that. It's a free enterprise. So we can all I think the hack is, again, Martin Luther King, man, they had the pressure and the responsibility of foresight. We all sit in a privileged position of hindsight. That's why we always talking, I would have did this, they should have did this, because motherfuckers bored now because you should be doing something, right? You got a choice to build a table. Look what we doing now. Look at all the dudes who get on YouTube, get followers, and get back. I'm talking about get really paid, right?
My bad.
Now, some stuff, once one or two do it, it may not be available for everybody to do, but that just goes to show there's always something. But people be so worried and saying what they would have did that you ain't doing nothing now. So, yeah, man, get paid. It's a job. If they paying, you decide to do it. And this is the president of the United States. He won.
Mm-hmm.
If he called me tomorrow to come sit down, I'm hoping that they air it.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we got some sweatshirts we want to make. Hey. So I just think some of that's silly, bro. It ain't a real thing in my mind. It ain't a real thing.
But also, I think everything that you said is part and parcel of what our responsibility is. I don't think that goes without saying. I think you should. Those are just things you should do for your household. Period. But I think when I think of uplifting the community, we all have a responsibility. I'm not saying that we shouldn't gatekeep. Like 100%, you shouldn't be gatekeeping. That's just foul. A lot of people do that weird stuff in our communities, and I've had it done to me. You know what I mean? Also, like you said, doing your part, taking care of your family, that's just part and parcel. That all goes without saying. But when I think about these numbers, when we talk about our future, when we talk about our kids' future, and we're talking about providing opportunities and generational wealth, the only way to get through that is financially. So as long as it's moral, Like I said, these guys ain't doing nothing by going to perform and getting some paper. They can take that paper and spread it right into their community and do other things. And if ain't nobody paying attention, these people are broke. Desmond Hanzu, that's the guy, a name I couldn't remember last week when we were talking about the actor who said he was broke and living paycheck to paycheck. Desmond Hanzu, we done seen him in everything from Guardians of the Galaxy to Amistad, fam. And this man is talking about he's broke. And if y'all think that these celebrities is really getting to that paper with this inflation rate that we just seen, and they still want to maintain the lifestyle right now, they not. It's a lie. It's all a lie, fam. These people are people with jobs. So I'm not understanding why these people are catching strays, bro, because they want to go perform for the president. I don't understand it. Like you said, he won. Why do we we passed
He's
that?
president.
Now. Listen, fam. We just saw them kikiing. We just saw them at President Carter's funeral kikiing with the Obamas. Y'all savior. We just seen them kikiing, fam. These people ain't enemies, fam. You not talking to your uncle or your auntie because of who they voted for. And these people was just over there laughing right in our face, going to dinner with each other. You know what I'm saying? Obama said he was going to Trump's inauguration. I don't know if he showed up or not, but Michelle said she wasn't going, and that was the rumor that I saw. So I don't know what happened, but all I'm saying is I know with my own eyes, I saw President Obama kikiing with Trump at President Carter's funeral. Not to mention, when all these years we thought when Bush got in office, we thought he was one of the worst presidents, and we see him and Michelle hugged up. You know what I'm saying? Laughing, kikiing as well. Like, so all I'm saying is all this the vision because of what a celebrity is doing or what bag they taking and what they not taking. All this saying what you won't do for a white person to me is financial suicide. And as far as the numbers, if we want to act like in this community, like we want to do something for our community and provide something, then honestly, I think the financial aspect of it is more important than the morality.
I wanted to add because you got the cooking, so I was letting you cook.
Yeah,
but I think a lot of times we say, "Hey, man, that's a given." A lot of stuff ain't a given, bro. 30% of kids in the U.S. don't know who their dad is.
Yeah.
We need to take care of our families, bro.
That's
really what it comes down to.
You're right. I think that's just a different conversation. I'm not saying you're wrong.
No. But I'm just saying this to the public, though.
Yeah, I got you.
We need to take care of our kids, bro. Listen, that's going to reap so much more benefit than trying to get this money and work and do all that because it causes destruction on the other end. It literally, we are seeing this in front of our eyes. These little dudes have no sense of danger and no respect or fear of death, right? Now, we can act like that's honorable, but that's foolish. That's just foolish. They out here being reckless and dying way too soon because, again, when you talk about community, I guarantee you there's some guy in that community that they can look up to, but that's not how that works, bro. You can't save people. It's hard. Maybe one or two of us will be like, man, Mr. Johnson, he helped me change my life. People need a daddy. And that's what we missing. All that other stuff, bro, people need a daddy. These dudes need to take care of their kids. These women need to be responsible and allow these kids to be taken care of by their fathers. And it's gonna be a joint type of venture because all that other stuff, bro, all that collaboration and all of that stuff, man, it's in vain. And I don't want to be negative and be a Debbie Downer, but the kids who come from stable homes are going to work circles around the kids who just out here hurt. You know what I'm saying? And neglected. It's just a reality.
Yeah, I think Frederick Douglass had a quote that said it's easier to build stronger men than to repair broken children. I think that was the quote, something to that nature. So I totally agree with that sentiment. That's why I try to be a mentee to people that's younger than me. A lot of the times, I know we come on the show and joke a lot, but people know they hit my phone. You get some real conversation. You get some real guidance. You know what I'm saying? So and to Bernard's point, he's spot on with that for sure. I don't, like I said, I know I definitely want to do more in the community to help people, but I also want to go where it's received, because a lot of people I talk to, it's not received. You know what I'm saying? Like, they hit me, I give them something, and then they call me back with the same sob story and the same BS a couple weeks later. So I need to be around some valuable people, because I ain't trying to hear that at all.
I think we got to acknowledge that we don't have really a community.
Quick.
Yep.
Tay sound crazy, don't he?
Yeah, he do. You sound real staticky.
me try.
Stop messing with that damn system.
Just make sure your cables is tight, because you sound crazy staticky.
What about now?
Oh, you good? We back. We back.
we back. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I want to say, man, we got to acknowledge that we don't really have a community or a culture, man. I think like we didn't realize the value of segregation and what it posed to us at the time, because it was more like, man, they violating our rights by not letting us in these spaces. But when we were forced to live among each other and to supply each other with all the things that we need, we better had a community, right? Because your father knew that man that owned the dentist, that your father knew the man who owned the butcher, who was the mechanic, and all of those things. So we had a similar culture and ideology. And that might have just been based that you lived in a certain state. So you shopped in these places and you had a respect for the people around you. Now we so integrated in society that everything that we pretty much get, we have to go and get that from some sort of source outside ourselves, outside our own people. And as we look forward, right, that sense of pride and what makes us Black and what we identify with as Black people or African Americans or FBA, whatever you want to call us, right, that's gone from us. So we in a time where we need to adapt accordingly, right? We integrated in this society now for plenty of years to where it's like, man, you need to figure out how to win for your family and for your people that you associated with, not for the Black community as a whole, because there's no way to really tie us all together. And I think that's lost. Like you might be able to see that more in a place like DC, where there's so many Black people and the Black business owners. But when you start spreading out around the country, that ain't really a thing anymore. And I think that's what Martin Luther King realized towards the end of his life, was that, hey, man, I integrated my people into this burning house. Man, they gonna lose all of those things that make us a culture, that have us bonded together and all of those things.
Yeah.
So as to Lamar's point, yeah, let's get out here and make sure we take care of our kids. But as far as uniting all Black people and bringing the community together and doing that, like, no, we got some Black people, man, that believe you should be Hotep. We got some who Hebrew Israelites. We got some who, don't even want to associate with Black people. I mean, it's just more about figuring out what can you do in your own household, because I feel like that's the myth and the biggest lie, is thinking like, oh, now we're going to magically restore some sense of unity among our own people without some drastic measure and probably, unfortunately, some huge loss of life that forces us all to live together and figure out to reestablish certain boundaries and guidelines of how we operate with each other as people. That's gone from us. So now you figure out how to win in the current system in which we live in.
Yeah, I think I think what you said is spot on about the segregation aspect of it, and us being segregated, because we see a lot of other cultures coming to this country. I mean, I know we were brought here, but we see a lot of other cultures coming to this country where they were where they come and they form their own communities. We talk about Jewish people, we talk about Asians, we talk about Hispanics. They pretty much do everything in their own community, and we've pretty much been the only culture of people that integrated directly into this country, like mass society, and then we just completely just dispersed and don't even think about our own people. And I don't know if that ship has sailed, but I know one thing that we do too much of is coming together over the lowest common denominator of stuff. Like when I hear Black people talk about coming together, it's all over surrounded by hip hop and hip hop culture. It's never surrounded about the good things and the positive things in our culture and building it in that aspect of it. And that shit is super corny to me. You know what I mean? Just because somebody like Kendrick or Drake or arguing about it, then that becomes a big divisive thing with us, and that shit is super corny to me. But I think we definitely need to come together on some more positive notes and some positive building. I don't know if, like I said, I'm not sure if that ship is sailed. I wish and hope that we can get back to some semblance of that. I don't know how we get there though.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't like that we often come together, like when it's police brutality or some situation, we'll come together and they'll give us a narrative about this person who may or may not be a criminal. And we want to come together and unite like, man, this Black person. But we need to come together based on, like, let's say it's somebody that we respect in the community and they say, man, their business is going down, or they practice is not getting the attention it deserves. That's how we need to come together and offer them support, because they are the best of us, or they are the proactive in creating something that benefits us. Those are people we need to rally behind.
Yeah.
But we also get manipulated, right? We got the Jay Morrisons or whoever else that we suspect is scamming us, and we get behind them. So we need to just figure out how to get behind some people that got our best interests in mind.
That'd be popularity contest shit. People that like that gatekeeping stuff. People prop up somebody you see him a certain way, and you're like, oh man, he seems like a good guy, or because you see him with Dame Dash or somebody else or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's all a popularity contest, and people look at these people as celebrities. You know what I'm saying? When they just be low key grifters, and I see a lot of people. I see a lot of that going on YouTube, especially, where you don't know who to get behind or who to stand next to. You know what I mean? And I think we need to get back to more to. So what have you done in the community? Receipts. Ain't that what the girls call it? Receipts.
You know what's crazy though? Like a Jay Morrison, since we mentioned him, a lot of these guys have receipts, right? Because they really do the work. The problem that our community's not educated on is that it's business, right? You can get behind whoever you want, but relationship, being relational with people at times will protect you from the bruising and the scarring. Because if y'all follow me, my intentions may be pure, but from a business standpoint, I'm not going to let my family go belly up so yours won't. And that's what we see in business, and people don't want to be honest about. But it's like, nah, when it come to business, we be meaning well, but we don't be knowing the business and understanding the liability, right? So when you look at a Jay Morrison, he's telling you all these ideas and these plans. Hey, but before you put your money up, you should understand that, like any investment, you may lose that. There's no return. And so people immediately go to the tear down, other than just understand that's business. You can put your business in stocks right now and lose that bread, right? But people, when it's each other, it's a different thing. But that's why I say, hey, at the end of the day, man, what it is that what you build or what you're trying to build, you have to understand that hopefully it will outlive you. And hopefully, even in our children, some things we're not going to witness, and we shouldn't want to, right? Because there's no evolution in that, right? And so I think we are hurry up and go, hurry up and wait, hurry up, I need it now, instant gratification type society. And it's like, no, for me, it's about instilling and planting seeds, right? And building and building a legacy from the standpoint of being tenacious. Because you can have all the ideas in the world, but that don't mean that idea is gonna work. But what next? But I think our community, I would say, is when we have an idea and it don't work, it ain't like, oh, on to the next thing. I understand it didn't work. It's like, hey, no, Jerome, a scam artist, he said the podcast was gonna do that. No, he said that with a good intention. There, like he wasn't trying to finesse y'all. So like and subscribe and hit the cash out while I say that. But nah, man, I just think we got to start as people, as human beings, bro. It's next play. If you ever play sports, if your ass missed a three and you was open and you didn't shoot the next one, you ain't gonna get a chance to shoot again because you're gonna be on the bench. All these motherfuckers playing sports and can't relate it to life. Everybody don't get an award. Tay say it best. All men aren't created equal. That dude who's 6'5", who can do the same thing your son do at 5'10", he gonna do it at 6'5". And that's just the real world. And the sooner that we can understand that, and then you say, hey, well, if I can't shoot and dribble, I'm gonna get the 6'5" guy the ball. As a society, we'd be better off.
Facts. And that was our little MLK rant.
Had me high. I'm sweating.
Yeah, straight up. So
let's talk about, you gonna remember with Trump? Yeah, he the president. That racist ass guy working at Pick and Save, yo, GM, you will go sit down with him, and he be making all inappropriate jokes in the break room. People be lying, man, on the internet. They know they got a racist boss or even a coworker who been there 17 years that be talking crazy. They don't get out of pocket. Like, let it. People just gotta let it go, bro. We gotta just operate in reality. It's crazy.
Facts.
All that cancel culture, we just too caught up in that. Like, man, I care about the results, man. I don't care about Steve Jobs' personal life, man. I care about if my cell phone works.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, no, I care about if my cell phone work or if it's got the features that I want on there. And I think that's what we need more of in the Black community. Like, no, we letting our people who doing something, we find every reason to cancel them. Do I care that Snoop went and performed? No, but I do care that he took that money and gave some kids an opportunity to play football,
which he always do.
right? Some of them
Yeah.
dudes is playing D1 football and get an opportunity to go out and do something in the world. Heck, some of them might become next president for all we know, or do something that changes the world.
And let's be honest. I'm gonna say this wrong, but I'm gonna be done.
Yeah.
But let's look at Soulja Boy, right? You look at Soulja Boy. He not gonna look like a physician, right? He don't look like nobody where you go into a professional setting and you be like, man, probably don't articulate well, tattoos all over his face. And y'all mad at this guy for being able to go on one of the biggest platforms in the world and get paid? Why? Why are we like that? That's crazy.
And
This is the president.
And on top of that, ain't nobody buying his music. Ain't nobody playing Soulja Boy right now. What did I say? What did I say when Mooney Long said, I'm not writing a song for I said, if you are artist, at some point you're placating the white people. So all these people coming up here and acting like, oh, well, she's wrong. I mean, I can good for her. Congratulations. No, that's career suicide. The white people are the ones that buy your music. Case in point, white people is the one that paid for Snoop, Soulja Boy, and Nelly to come. Y'all niggas didn't put together nothing to have for them to come do it. Y'all didn't.
Right. If you was at home waiting on Mooney Nooney to bring you some chicken, you'll be mad there ain't no money coming in. You'll be like, write them songs, girl.
Yeah, facts.
Facts.
So that goes to my whole point. It's just it's hypocrisy, and then a lot of y'all try to act like y'all don't understand what's going on. No, go buy go spin some Soulja Boy records. Give him a diamond track. No, y'all don't like him like that, so y'all don't. But y'all got the audacity to be mad at him and be attacking these people on the internet. When's the last time you heard somebody riding down the street playing Nelly? Get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all ridiculous. I definitely do it. So count on Jerome to sell out for real.
Don't ask me to borrow none either.
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah.
No, yeah,
but we don't understand the way business and politics work sometime in our community, man, to figure out how to win. Mm-hmm. It's like, just understand the way politics work in the U.S. as a whole. Like, I might have to have a relationship with somebody who I don't agree with morally in order to serve the greater good. So, for example, maybe one country might got this dictator that's participating in rape and genocide. I absolutely don't support such a thing. Mm-hmm. But the relationship I have might give me a resource to, for example, cure cancer. Well, I need to have that relationship with him, but I know that having that relationship with him, I'm funding one thing. So do I let all the people die and suffer because I don't support what he does, or do I serve the greater good and maintain that relationship so that I could cure cancer? And that's the way that our people need to understand the way business, the way politics work, and all of that. And them people going down there to do some songs and perform songs that's already out that those people listen to, that we all have heard, right, is that same process. They take that money and they put it in the community. So, yeah, I had to entertain some people you don't like. But at the end of the day, I had to make a choice between that, taking care of my family, and serving the greater good. Yeah, it's a right answer. It's a wrong answer for that.
That part. Yeah, you hit it on the head. People just really don't know business and really not doing business, because if I was selling T-shirts online and 1,000 races bought them, so thanks for buying my T-shirts.
Right. Check this out. Check this out. Remember Trump was talking all that shit about China, right? And then and what is TikTok? A Chinese company. and the CEO of TikTok was right at his inauguration because he wanted that app unbanned. Y'all gonna say, "Oh, he's selling out. Look at that Chinese dude. All that shit. Trump talk about China."
People don't understand his plays, bro. He knew damn well he wasn't never banning TikTok, bro. He got all of everybody riled up. The Chinese is intelligence and they spying. All right, so now we gonna ban it. Look at the timetable, bro. These people don't get credit for being smart, which is weird. But anyhow, he set the timetable for that to expire and ban right when he come into the office. So then he could be like, hey, no, what it was kiss the ring, cut a check, and kiss the ring, and some other probably details behind the scenes.
Oh, one of the big details would say is thank Trump. Because that's what it was sent to my phone. Thanks to Trump's effort, TikTok has been restored and all that. Yeah. Bro, that's marketing at its finest. Kiss the ring.
Kiss the ring.
Mm-hmm. Just like when he sent them stimulus checks out and food everybody, sign them out and had to sign all them stimulus checks from Donald J. Trump. And y'all thought, oh man, Trump sent us the money. Like, no, it's all it's all pandering.
He really playing the game. And here go the thing.
Yeah.
Like him or not, racist or not, the way he playing the game and go about this stuff is cold, bro.
It's cutthroat.
It's
really
cold.
Bro. He cold, bro. He cold,
bro. He's so cold.
Mm-hmm. Bro, this
I'm on season 5 right now.
Yeah, man. This is almost some Game of Thrones type shit. We listen right now. Like straight up. But anyway, man, off of that,